Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. If you want to solve a problem, an issue, a dispute, there are many ways to employ in order to achieve that goal. And you use the right method, and you can change it while as you go by analyzing the other side's reaction, because at every option, every point of negotiation, the answer of the other side could change your approach. Now it could be, loving approach, could be threatening approach, could be I don't care approach. It depends, and you employ many tactics. Now we have China and we have United States of America. United States of America lectures everybody. Why? Because they're better. And they obviously lecture China more because China is a real threat, economic, militarily threat. Not Bangladesh or Romania or these guys. No. So they have a big problem. That's a competition. I would say that they're enemies, almost enemies. They're at war, economic war, dominance war. China is still going up. The United States is going down. That's how I see it economically and as a society overall, as a country. And if you go down, what do? Well, you try to improve yourself. That's the healthy way of solving things. I'm going to train harder. I'm going to try different ways to get better. Or you try to mine the other side and destroy it. Therefore, your fall is going to be slower than explosion. This is what the United States of America, that's the way it operates. Instead of becoming better itself and accelerating, shooting up, no, they try to destroy competition. Without going better, no, without improving economically, socially, culturally, militarily, no. You try to destroy everybody else. Well, that's a way. They say, the politicians here and unelected bureaucrats like Blinken, they claim that they want to solve the problem with China. Taiwan and economic, we want to be friends. They don't want to be friends. We want to queue up, and vice versa. The Chinese are not so obvious about it, and they don't seem to act like these guys. The Chinese usually react to these guys is blaming, you're bad. And from time to time, China, gets the telephone and say, okay, let's look at the facts, and remains alone because the United States ran away because it knows that the facts are the reality is against their claims. Now, Antony Blinken, the foreign minister, the Secretary of State of the United States of America, he is in charge of our foreign policy, Mr. Blinkenstein. So Mr. Blinkenstein went to China to solve the problem. Now, the situation is already strained. They're like this. How do you go? Why? Because you keep threatening them. You keep lecturing them. You keep telling them that they're not good for you, and you're going to hurt them if they don't do what you say. So this is the relationship. And the relationship went sour and sour and sour. So more sour, sourer, sour, and so on. And instead of changing the tune, it seems like they want to get sour more than it is already. And how do you do it? You do the same thing you did before, which is attack, insult, and so on. Well, it was China's turn to smack Blinken when he showed up like Scholz, the Chancellor of Germany, in China. Who received the foreign minister of the United States of America? Not his counterpart, someone lower than that. No red carpet. The Chinese have a long and strong civilization. They're smart people. They have a certain kind of philosophy which worked so far, I would say, with bumps up and down like any other, but they pay attention very much to the symbolism. No red carpet for Blinken. Even the baboons here saw that. It was not Wang Yi or another one, the counterpart of Mr. Blinken, who received Blinken at the airport. What does it mean? We're not going to give you the importance you give yourself. Now, what did Blinken do before he left United States of America? He accused China of ongoing genocide. You want to solve a problem? I mean, this kind of rhetoric got you where it got you. You continuing with the same garbage gets you where? In the same direction. I personally do not know if there's genocide over there in China. I'm against it, obviously. But it's strange that these guys continue to use the same rhetoric in mending ties. It's clear it's not going to mend ties. And if you think you're going to attack as a defense mechanism, it was proven it didn't work. Let me show you a few articles and a video. Because Blinken is going to threaten China. Blinkenstein in our name. These guys are just delusional. That's what it is. These guys are delusional. So let's start with Blinken before he left United States of America to go and mend fences or talk to the Chinese. And this is from April 22nd, 2024. So it's what, 4 days ago. Blinken says genocide in Xinjiang is ongoing in report ahead of China visit. Does it sound like he wants to solve problems? Well, even if you think that's the way it's happening over there, genocide over there, is that the way you do it? Trumpet to do it to the rest of the world? Try to think that you're gonna shame China? Get it off balance? No, they're gonna smack you with something else. They're gonna say that, well, slavery is still in the United States of America or whatever, discrimination and so. Is that how you solve a problem? I don't think so. That tells me these guys don't want to solve the problem. They want to antagonize China as they did with Russia. Beijing is continuing to commit genocide and crimes against humanity against Uyghurs and other Muslim minorities in its western Xinjiang province, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said in a report published on Monday ahead of his planned visit to China this week. All right, so here it is. In a preface, Blinken said the report documents ongoing grave human rights abuses for the People's Republic of China. For example, Papa continues to carry out genocide, crimes against humanity, forced labor, and other human rights violations against predominantly Muslim Papa. I'm against that, okay? But you don't say that in front before you go. Now, this is from VOA. China skips red carpet welcome for Blinken, whose visit prompts cynicism. No, that's the behavior that's the consequence coming from your behavior. This is the behavior. This woman greets you on the concrete. Nice shoes, by the way, lady, miss. So this guy comes over here, is like, I don't know, unknown, faded guy. This guy is ready to intervene. I like him. So, Washington, U.S. Secretary of State Blinken arrival in China on Wednesday has been met with skepticism, cynicism, and suggestions that the absence of a red carpet for the top U.S. diplomat's arrival was not so subtle message from Beijing. No, it wasn't. Blinken kicked off his 3-day visit to China in Shanghai with online commentators and analysts noting China had omitted the usual practice of laying out a red carpet for a distinguished visitor. In this video here that I published, you can see the floor, you can see the ground. But let's see if we can play it. Or you can, or you can, you can. I watch another one. So there's no red carpet over there. I saw another video. So there's no red carpet because you don't deserve one. And then they didn't tell us here who he met. They don't say who he met. But I have another one. This is what they say, face-to-face diplomacy matter. Now, next article. Antony Blinken, this is from the Newsweek, gets muted greeting as he arrives in China. U.S. Secretary of State received He was welcomed by Yang Tao, Director General of the Department of North American and Oceanian Affairs of the Foreign Ministry, and U.S. Ambassador to China, Nicholas Burns, as he landed in Beijing. You got that? How do you call that? how do you call it? Frosty US relations. And you say that? You just come with this report before you leave? Never gonna be a thought and anything. So this is again human rights activist. Next one. Russia Today, from today, the 26th of April. Blinken threatens China over Russia ties. Again, blaming something that they actually fund, a war. And some say initiated. Oh no, it's unprovoked. But the Chinese I made just a video a minute ago where the Chinese told the Americans that NATO they're responsible for the Ukraine crisis. Straight, blunt, over there, while Blinken is there. Does it tell you that they solved the problem? No, they didn't. Because these guys don't want to. So let's play this video. The US Secretary of State says Washington is prepared to impose more sanctions on Beijing over the alleged transfer of military components. So daddy comes and tells the boy that if he doesn't do what he's told to clean his room, he's not going to get an ice cream tonight. So let's play this video.
It's not what we expect of them. It's their profound concerns about the actions that Chinese enterprises are taking to support Russia's defense industrial base, because this goes not only to the immediate threat posed by Russia and its aggression against Ukraine, it goes to a medium and long-term threat that many Europeans feel viscerally that Russia potentially poses to them. And so what I heard in my conversations last week at the G7 meetings, before that at NATO, was a shared concern about this. I had detailed conversations with a number of European leaders about their concerns, including President Macron in France, German counterparts, British, many others, Italian. And I think all of us are looking to China to take steps to curb this action. And we're also, as I said, looking at the actions that we're fully prepared to take if we don't see a change. We have,
we don't see
the
a
United
change.
States, we've already imposed sanctions on more than 100 Chinese entities, export controls, etc. And we're fully prepared to act, take additional measures, and I made that very clear in my meetings today.
All right. Well, what do you think? It's like he comes to solve a problem and he comes in your house and he threatens you or tells you, if you don't change the behavior the way I want you to change, you can't ask me to change my behavior. No, you can't. Are you crazy? But I can tell you. And if you don't, I'm going to hurt you. Why? Because supposedly I'm in charge. Now, I'm not a pro-Chinese, I'm not a pro this and that, but put yourselves in China's shoes and thinking, you have garbage in Europe, and I think you bear responsibility for whatever happened over there with your NATO expansion and the desire to take the resources from Russia. That's going to hurt us directly. It was an overthrown government over there in 2014, supported by certain agencies. No, it wasn't. And you come and tell us that we are the ones that supporting Russia, that you give these guys more than $200 billion in aid and weapons, and you tell us to stop. And then you tell us, if you don't change my behavior, you're going to hurt me. What do you think I'm going to do? Now, if I'm weak, I will say, yes, okay, yes, I will do that. And I will really do it. But if I'm strong, which China is, say, what the fuck are you talking about? Go and beat it. Fuck off. Now, before he goes, says there's genocide, goes over there, the guys smack him with no red carpet, and that, I don't know where they got that woman to meet this guy. This guy goes and threatens them in their yard over there. Do they want to solve the problem? No, they don't want to. Do you think the Chinese are imbeciles? No, they're not. They both knows. They both know in what position they have. I don't even know why these guys bother to even meet. Really? For whom? For the baboons? For the public opinion? I mean, these guys propagandize us here, those guys propagandize those guys over there. Two different stories. What are you talking about? Well, if Russia doesn't collapse and these guys activate Taiwan garbage over there and South Korea, then again we're going to have the common denominator of the armed conflicts on this planet, United States of America being, you find it everywhere. But you know why you find the United States of America involved everywhere? Because it is the force of good. And being the force of good, I'm just kidding, right? The force of good is going to fight evil wherever it sees, including in the Middle East. Hypocrisy, my friends, hypocrisy. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.